Hi.
Hi, I'm Carissa from TV Fanatic. It's nice to meet you, Rebecca.
Nice to meet you.
So you're acting in and executive producing Silo. What
Mhm.
is it about this story and Juliet in particular that drew you into this remarkable world?
I think that there were many reasons that drew me in. I enjoyed the journey. I enjoyed the story. I think the character's phenomenal. Um, the showrunner, Graham Yost, and the director, Morton, and I had a meeting. And I liked the way of their collaboration and speaking. And I liked the fact that when I had a couple of questions for some of the episodes, they took it to them and they came back a couple of weeks later with a change. And I saw the adaptability that they had. And I saw that we could actually get to something that I would enjoy to be a part of even more. And they offered me the role of an exec. And that journey was, I mean, I was a novice in a room of masters. So it's been a learning curve with a phenomenal role.
And how important is world building to this production?
It's the core fundament. It's number one on the core sheet. The whole environment, the silo, the fact that we are stuck in an environment that needs to feel claustrophobic. It needs to feel resourceful. It needs to feel like we are humans who've lived there for X amount of years and created a sustainable environment that we don't question. There needs to be structure and hierarchy, and there needs to be law, and there needs to be rebels. And all of that was put together so incredibly for us to actually act in as well.
That's what I
Tactile.
was, so were there actual sets as well as I assume obviously some of it is green screen, but how much of what you were acting on was sets to kind of give you that feel?
I mean, I would say most of it. I mean, running up and down all the stairs, the bridges, the hanging, the rooms, every room in detail, every person's personal details to make them unique in an environment that never really changes. Um, Corridors, the mechanical, the machinery. I mean, we were pulled up. Um, just phenomenal.
Well, it sounds
Phenomenal
incredible. It
sets.
looks incredible and it sounds incredible. People residing in a silo live by a pact, and it asks them to forget everything that came before. What are the dangers of living with that kind of inherent complacency?
Hmm. I think the dangers occur once you get people who start questioning it. Nothing is dangerous until you start questioning things, right? Because otherwise you're just floating, you're just moving. Um, and the danger is also what creates the momentum of change, which is what's so interesting with this one. You have the idea of IT, which is law binding people who follow the rules and the pact and the regulations. And then you have the ideas of the rebels or the mechanicals or the people who live their own lives and what happened when they meet. Um, you always need the people to question the status quo. And that's what I love about her character. And the fact that she never asked the questions that later are the most important ones. It starts with easier questions and the gradual realization of what they've been living under and why.
And how do you think Silo and its secrets are relevant to society today?
I think it's relevant in a sense that I think it's interesting to compare. I mean, who's going to make the difference? It's the youth, right? It's people who want the change. So the fact that it might turn to a younger audience where people have conversations, how did it affect you? I'm not saying they're going to take it to a school class and have comparisons, but there might be a moment where people talk about it. How did that make you feel? Like, what if we actually lived in this society? What if the society we're in today is controlled? um, Big Brother, whatever it is, it's all up for grabs to change if you want to live in if you accept it. We're individuals. You do with your life as you wish.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for chatting with me, Rebecca. It was lovely.
Thank you. It was lovely.